BJ42, 7th month, 1981. Used to be a BJ42, we modified it. We'll go into that. I suppose it's still a BJ42, we'll go into that, but 1981. So they started around 8th month 80, the 42, and this is early days for the BJ now. We're talking 4 owners all around Canberra. So that's pretty cool. It's up from Canberra, and when we're done, it's going back to Canberra. Now the first owner, it was time to sell it, so he sold it to a gentleman that bought it for his son. His son didn't want it. His son's a loser. Who wouldn't want that? Spoilt little brat. But anyway, his son didn't want it, precious little child, so then he sold it to the next guy. And the next guy, like us, appreciated it and loved it. But when the radiator went and a few bits of maintenance went, he's having a family, he needed a family car, we get it. So he had to upgrade to something that was more suitable, hopefully another Landcruiser, I don't know. And that's when Joel bought it. So Joel's come along, and would you believe Joel's owned it for that short of amount of time? Mr. Landcruiser's actually had it here in the yard longer than Joel's owned it. So it takes a few months to do what we've done. Again, we'll go into it, but Joel's itching to get it back, and we're pretty much done now with all our mods. We'll go around the vehicle to start with. Up the front, it's got the genuine bumper. How cool is that? It's just going for a look. And throughout the body, it's all original. There are little bits of rust here and there. There's been a few little repairs in the floor. We'll get to future plans. We've done the mechanical, so we'll get to future plans. At the back of this vehicle, if we have a look at those back doors, somebody's made them, so over a period of its life, it's needed new doors. They've done a really tidy job. Even if you look on the inside of them, you can tell it's homemade, but they've put the curve in the door, they've put all the seals on it. They've done a really, really tidy job for someone fabricating something, I assume at home and not a workshop, but they've done a really nice job. Underneath this thing, I don't know the brand of suspension. Now, in our test driving, she wandered all over the road. This is very common. We put some caster wedges in it, 2 degree, corrected its caster, and now it sits on the road absolutely beautiful. Nicely, we have got Road Quest all-terrains. Never heard of them. They're supported by some sun raisers with the round holes. It's quite a nice look. And he has, one of the owners has done the flares to keep it legal, because they're a wider, bigger tyre, so they put the flares on there, but let's not hold back. We've put a 12 HT in it. Let's go have a look. Here we go. I'll tell you now, in 1981, the long wheel base, geez, it's glary there. In 1981, the long wheel base didn't come with the disc brakes until 82. The Shorty got disc brakes a lot earlier. So this one, 7th month 81, she's already got disc brakes fitted. Now, the 3B, there's nothing wrong with the engine. Joel, the owner's just cool, and he knows what's good for him, so he's gone for the mighty 12 HT. A lot better on the highway. If he wants to tow a little camper or anything, he's chosen really, really wisely. So there's nothing wrong with the 3B. Hit us up if you want a 3B, a good runner. Now, he's driven that from Canberra to here to get the transplant, and then had everything else shipped up, the engine and what have you. So he's left it behind, and he'd like us to sell it at some stage. We have the 3B engine, good runner. Now that engine has the aircon brackets and some goodies, some fruit. It has the engine mounts already on there, the engine block mounts. So it's got some real fruit on that. And it's with Mr. Landcruiser. Now the 12 HT, Joel was lucky enough to find a wrecker that was selling one complete. It had all its bits and bobs, and it also had the 5-speed. Now that 5-speed in the 61s has the wrong transfer, but we've converted it. We've removed the vacuum assist and converted it to manual, so now it's manual operated, and it doesn't hit the body or anything, clears in there nicely. With the BJ, the 12 HT just drops straight in, any FJ, any HJ, but with the BJ we've had to unpick the chassis mounts. While we're unpicking the chassis mounts, so we've pulled the guards, everything off, pulled the 3B, the 4-speed out. While we're there, we start the process of the power steer as well. So this has got the full 60 series power steer, fitted by Mr. Landcruiser while it's here. And we've plumbed all that in. We've changed the cooling system to suit the 12HT. We've gone right through the 12HT, got all its new gaskets and things. We did notice while driving it, there was a lot of oil coming out of the sump. Someone shoved a screwdriver in there to remove that, so there's a bit of panel beating and what have you to make the sump level again. We've really tidied it up and gone through all the seals and stuff. Now, the 12HT, it comes with everything required for aircon. So guess what Mr. Landcruiser's done? Fitted aircon. Now this one already had the knee freezer and it was already set up in the B, so it wasn't working. We've pulled out what we've had to, and then we've plumbed up all new lines, and everything in the engine bay is new, and we've got now running aircon, 12HT, 5-speed power steer, all done here, Mr. Landcruiser. And to suit the 12HT, this isn't their only airbox to choose from anymore. They've got a lot on the shelf. You can talk to us or Whistle and Soot, but we've gone Whistle and Soot air cleaner to suit the customer's safari snorkel. Now that's pretty nice under here. I might just let's turn this car on. Let's flick the key and have a listen. Here we go, inside this thing. Inside, do you approve, Blue Dog? You look pretty comfy. We're both pretty comfy. This thing, I can't even tell you what the seats are out of, but they're really comfy. And Joel wanted to keep these seats. However, they weren't mounted too nicely at all. Very, very dangerous. So Richard's gone through and mounted everything. Now it's going back to Canberra, but we've got to make sure that our engineer, he's not engineering it, it's not for this state, but we've got to make sure he's happy, so we get him around to have a look at a few things as well. And this one has the original Nippon Denso dealer fitted knee freezer. It was always in there, so it made life easy for us to plumb up. Now Mr. Landcruiser has booked in 2 full aircons. They're bringing no parts to the table. We're going to complete both of them, and then we'll have accurate quotes or estimates on how much it is to take a 40 from start to finish with aircon. And by the time this video drops, we'll be close, so inquire. But this one again came with lots of bits and pieces. It's got BJ42. A lot of people would know these for the more modern dash. Well, 81, that dash didn't come out quite yet, so this has still got the older dash, no clock, just its knobs. Talking about knobs, oh, we won't go there, Blue. It's got a Kenwood stereo, all plumbed up, original hood liner. Behind my head is a roll bar, or I think you got a, yeah, no, we'll call it a roll bar, sports bar, whatever legal terms you want. Behind that is the speakers. They've made a wooden box up there and housed the speakers so you can pump the tunes through the Kenwood. Now, if we look at the floor, I said that it's had repairs, and you can see that. This is how he purchased it. It doesn't have a floor mat or anything yet. Something Joel can consider now that we've done the 5-speed, moved the sticks where we've had to. He's right to plumb in some new lino. She's pretty stocko standard apart from these seats and that Kenwood. It's supporting the original door cards, and they've got some whopping great big speaker holes in them. I'm sure he'll tidy. He's got big plans for that. Let's go outside and talk about Joel's plans. What do you reckon, Blue Dog? Yeah, whatever, cunt. What do you reckon, Blue? Yeah, cunt. That was a good girl. That's it. Blue Dog approves of this one, loves the 12HT, don't you, Blue? We're done. Now, Joel's future plans. He does have future plans. I've talked about the rust repairs, and there's a slight little bit of cancer in this one. Well, he does want to just get it home and drive it. He'll have it mod plated and put the rego back on it and enjoy it. But it's going to be his daily, and he's going to resto the body. He said he's poured a bit of money into this. It's not cheap to do all these conversions and then go get the body restored. But already, he should be proud. He's got a child, a daughter that's got her eyes on it and wants to inherit it even before he's gone. So that's good parenting right there, Joel. But for now, we're done. BJ42, 1981. Well done, Joel.